Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're going to be taking a look at some excerpts from episode 3 of Street Dance Girl Fighter season 2. Very excited about this. All of my excerpts are from the full episode reaction I just reacted to, and I'm very excited about the discussions that are to follow in the comments. I hope you guys enjoy.
Fun. That was nice. Oh, stumble. That happens sometimes. Just a back walk over, she tripped on the legs. Come on. You got it, you got it. Same exact thing happened with them with what happened with Jam. It happens, it happens. Yes, ma'am. 인정.
야, 인정이 잘한다.
Yeah, so it was just that hiccup with the back walkover. So, I mean, it really I was kind of expecting a little hiccup to take place here because of how Mnet, of course, loves to set up these types of excerpts. They were setting it up like we were going to see a mistake. But remember this too, it actually validates how safe Bebe played it, because they did say they were confident in and good, and so naturally theirs was going to be more clean than having to completely coordinate with people of different language barriers and trying to enmesh different styles and genres. So them being clean, it was strategic. I think that was totally fine, but you can't downplay the fact that they ran into that. They gotta do something that makes them stand out as a group. Yes, they represent Bebe, but they shouldn't be a Bebe 2.0. That's not really the point of the show, I think. But honestly, the point of the show, I don't really know what it is as much anymore, because last season it was refining these groups or making them grow within their own crew, but here they've made their own crew. So now it's like, are we wanting to establish them as their own group? I don't know. You know, who has the which grouping based on the mentor is the best? You know, I don't know, so I'm not going to overly read into it, but it doesn't surprise me as much, but it's still really, really fun though. This is actually, I hadn't heard this song from Kara really at all, but it was a really great start. The energy is very strong. It's just the energy. Now some of them are really using that chest, and some of them are not using their chest as much. Some are using more of the shoulders. So that would just be my overall note. Great way to feature her into the tutting. Notice that everybody got to kind of do their own thing, but they frame it to the outside. Hers is significantly more complex. You notice that. But I think partially what they really could have done there for that section, instead of having everybody branch out and have a frame, which was still very nice, having her do an entire sequence, but having different people do different parts of it and make it sporadic, that would have been freaking sick. You know, like that would have been a really nice complex timing way of showcasing the tutting, but also saving people time. But you know, so that's where those types of things, you have more difficulty in timing, but your content that you're being asked to remember and replicate is going to be shortened. And that's what a lot of choreographers, I myself included, sometimes that's the choice that we make. If I want to keep really complex choreography, but I don't have enough time to refine it with the dancers that I have, then I make more layered choices, or I make the timing, I break it up into smaller groups, or more of a canon or an add-on, things like that, and it does end up becoming more effective that way. So I really do like that, though. It was a really great choice they had. I love that da da da, like grab the mic. That was really fun. That little and then she goes shh. Really great that she used her chest to really throw that arm up. Shh. Great catch of energy coming from the very back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have really great expressiveness in their bodies. They're doing a fabulous job of creating this movement and making it very full. Very impressive by that. But also notice, though, there was a slight little mistake. Some of them kind of brought their arm up. Some of them kept it down. So there'll be a little note, as well as if you notice here, a lot of it is riding along more unison. Like, they framed it really well, having multiple levels represented. But then in that beginning choreography, after she branched off into the shh, that section was all, they were all in the same tier or height level. Like, we didn't see tall or into more of a squatting position, which I think is fine because it was only about an 8 count. Nothing crazy. But then bleeding it over to the straight line, extending it out front. Yeah, that ba-na-ta. Now the range on that's just slightly off. Some of them are using their shoulder, some are just throwing their arm or using their back. So little things like that do affect the range of how quickly the dynamic of the swing of the arm is going to look. Here, knowing that it looks like we have 7, right? So it's easy to find symmetry here. That little choo 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 choo. Now, here's what happened. Her left leg got caught on this dancer. Her left leg got caught. So it was just the spacing. There was just not a lot of space. And whenever she kicked, she didn't kick face to the front. And so she didn't have enough room to compensate for that. And that will throw you off. Just like with Jam Republic. She got thrown off because she was literally looking in front of an entirely different section that she was supposed to be doing. And she had a hiccup about 10, 12 seconds. From here, she is making a couple of mistakes, looking around, trying to get back in, front and center. Goodness gracious. This also explains the difference whenever you do forget, whether you're in the front center or if you're in the very back center. Back center, people notice it, but it doesn't take away as much as if you're front and center. That's all people want to look at, especially in something like this. And also by her looking around, the other ones are getting influenced and they're starting to make really minor timing mistakes too. So that's just a professional. We grew professionally here, just like Jam did. And I think, Bebe, they may run into the problem of not going through these types of situations, and kind of coasting. That may be the right strategy, but here, for me, I always want people to learn and to grow in these types of show formats, especially when mentors are involved. And I really feel, as of right now, a lot of these mentors are more positive, or they know how to give constructive feedback without it being condescending or demeaning, and I'm not saying that's what we saw from the first season, but the first season, they were more maybe curt, like they were more, not blunt, but their projection, it was just a little more, like spicy, I guess, if that makes sense. But here, it really feels like they're trying to come at it from an they really have a super empathetic lens on this. And Machika and Hook are more subdued in this season too, is what it looks like. That bleed through all the way down, having her have her moment, bleeding down, really nice that down, going up, which is nice. Her being able to come in, her stage presence is so gorgeous. Da 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 da, really strong. Yeah, Injung is really strong. Low-key, I'm going to say this right now as a projection. There's a chance she may already be doing this. I would not be surprised if she started doing work with Paris or Sienna, because she can carry the fullness of the power that comes from those choreographers in the K-pop realm, respectively. I genuinely feel that way. I felt that way when I saw her the first time. She's just so strong in her presence, and how she comes across in her fullness, in her power, is definitely right in that vein. And that's what makes me think that there's a good chance. I wouldn't be surprised if she did some work that there was overlap between those two specifically. But no, she's in Amazon, so she's really heavy in the 1 million vibes. Leading it down, da da da. Just some slight spacing here. Noticing that we have a little gap right here. Ooh, come on. Yeah, a little gap right there, but nothing crazy. Honestly, this is still very clean for an interim check. it still has more power too than a lot of the Street Woman Fighter versions of the K-pop challenge. How they finish, down. That was really nice. I liked it. Do I think they're gonna get top spot? No. So far, I would say Bebe is kind of coasting at that top tier right now. Jam is probably gonna score possibly lower because of the mistakes. I would say this mistake, it was a pretty big mistake, and it happened in the center, so they may be teetering in between, like in the middle. They may end up in the middle because the caliber of the routine was really great. But also when we have all the other groups go, because we have 6, right? There's a chance that because of the mistakes that get made, that can send you in the bottom tier. But all the quality of the routines are probably going to be above average in comparison to when you get high schoolers put together. You normally don't get this type of caliber, really ever. You normally get adults that kind of pull off these kinds of stuff. These look like skeleton crews, you know, which if you don't know what that is, it's a lot of K-pop groups. Whenever you see demos, you know, like when they have there's a lot of choreographies that come out now, whereas the choreographer's doing it. Whenever you see it's just dancers be representing each individual member, that's a skeleton crew, similar to like a demo for an artist. So, but yeah, that's what my gut tells me. They may end up in that bottom tier because of the mistakes, but it depends on what the other 3, because we're about halfway done now.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see any more full episode reactions, excerpts from the show, I have all of that all over Patreon, but I do my best to try to get the excerpts out in a timely manner as well, because I really enjoy just the discussions that I have both on Patreon and YouTube. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you in the discussions like you have been before. And if this is your first time coming to a video of mine, thank you so much for your support and just taking the time to watch. It means a lot. I'm Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.